it's one thing to kind of like know in your mind and like have like a mental commitment to sobriety, I guess, but like this is permanent. whether whether I am or am not sober down the road, like this is permanent. This is always going to be a reminder to me, and this makes it like 10 times more real to me. I mean, it was just one giant, just, crash and burn. I don't even remember when my first drink was. I did go into a rehab program that helped me overcome the drugs aspect of things. And then that's when I started to have a problem with drinking. That's when I didn't have those drugs as my therapy anymore. And so I turned to the drinking, and that went downhill quickly. It didn't take, 2-3 years like it took the drugs to destroy me. It took a matter of months before my life was completely out of control and unmanageable. I went to a party one weekend, and I had picked up like $200 worth of coke and figured it would last me through the weekend. This was like right after I started doing coke, and got to the party and was just in the bathroom constantly. It was like just after a matter of hours, I realized that it was gone. Here this was supposed to be enough to get me through the weekend, and then, in like 2 or 3 hours I had blown through $200 worth of coke. And I just remember looking at myself in the mirror, and I had no idea who I was. Like just staring at yourself and like knowing it's you, but completely not recognizing yourself. And in a sense, like hating who you've become, hating the person that's staring back at you. And her last words were, "I'm sorry for who I have become, for the mistakes." All of my tattoos I've gotten just to remind myself of where I've been, I guess, or different things I've gone through or have fought through, or different like lessons I've learned in life and stuff, and just to be a constant reminder to myself. I wake up in the morning and I see it and I remember that I was able to fight through a certain situation or a certain time in my life, and that I made it through. And it's just a constant reminder of that strength does lie within me. That's going in there. I have a feeling. When I was at my lowest point, I definitely think that my tattoos, they might not have provided reassurance necessarily, but definitely provided reminders for me. Especially the first tattoo I ever got, which is love on my left arm. I did get as a commitment to not self-harm anymore. I struggled desperately with self-harm at that point, and when I got it, it was done over scars. And when I would get in those low moments, in those low times, it would physically prevent me from self-harming, at least in that area, because I wasn't going to mess up a tattoo for the sake of self-harm. And it at least made me think twice. So it definitely not only reminded me of the struggle that I was dealing with, and that I did have the strength to overcome it, but that I didn't have to do it. So it's a constant reminder to me, especially in the darker times. As much as I'd love to say that, my body is scar-free now, and, I have 2 tattoos that are very, very significant to that. My first was love on my arm, and but I do have one on my back that says "One life, one chance," and that was a promise to never make an attempt on my life again. And I have kept to that one. But it's, I'd love to say that, I got those tattoos and I made that commitment and everything's fine now. But the fact is, every single day is still a struggle for me. My gut instinct when something goes wrong is to go get wasted. My gut instinct when something goes right is to go celebrate with a joint or with a line. And that's not, that's not a healthy way to live. It's not an okay way to live. I hate what I've made my body, or I hate what I've done to it. But the fact is, I don't have to live like that today. I have a choice today to become who I want to be tomorrow. And if I'm faced with a decision of, to go out and drink or to not go out and drink. Well, who do I want to be tomorrow? I want to be a good daughter. I want to be a good student. I, in the future, want to be a good mom. I want to be a good friend to people. I'm none of those if I'm drinking. And so today I don't drink because of who I want to be tomorrow. But every single day is still a battle. But it's a one day at a time thing, and you get through it. So when you put a struggle into ink, into your skin, it makes it tangible, it makes it real, it makes the victory seem more real too. My motivation for my tattoos is very selfish, I guess, in a sense, because they're for me. They're for no one else. I don't care what other people think about them, if they judge me for them, if they feel positively or negatively about them, because I get my tattoos for me. My ink is to remind me daily that I've been through struggles. Life is not easy, but you have to take life on life's terms. And these, marks on my body represent that I have gone through struggles and come out stronger than ever on the other side of it. It's like finally putting like a commitment down in permanent ink. Just feels good. And it's emotional, of course, but I'm so excited right now. You have no idea. I want to go show the world. So
you say